Good afternoon, everyone. We are coming live once again. Today is Thursday, January 22nd, 2026. Aaron Price joining you for this winter storm briefing and update as we continue to track a potentially significant winter storm system that will be making its way into the southern Illinois region very, very late Friday night and into early Saturday morning. This primarily will be a Saturday and Sunday event we are tracking throughout our region. Thank you very much for joining us at the top. If you have any questions, please let us know. Put them in the comments. We want as many questions as possible down there in the comments section because we are here to answer your questions. Some key points we want to go through. This has changed a little bit from our update yesterday. Again, impacts remain now highly significant across southern Illinois on both Saturday and Sunday. Widespread snowfall amounts in excess of at least 8 inches are likely across the region, with some amounts over a foot. Brutally cold air will accompany this storm with temperatures in the single digits, and that is the part of this story we do not want to get overlooked. The main change from yesterday, a winter storm warning is now in effect for our entire region. This warning officially goes into effect at 12 o'clock a.m. on Saturday and continues until 6 o'clock p.m. on Sunday night. Again, this encompasses the entire area, all of southern Illinois, all of southeastern Missouri, into western Kentucky, down into Tennessee, and portions of Indiana. This also was just released by the National Weather Service. I love it. I think it gives you an absolutely great idea of where we can expect the greatest snowfall totals for this system. And where is it at? It's smack dab in the middle of our region. Piedmont, Cape Girardeau, Marion, all the way up to Evansville and Jasper, Indiana. That's the line, and that's the area we are expecting the greatest snowfall totals, potentially with amounts over a foot. A maximum, this according to the National Weather Service, not just myself, a maximum of 18 inches of snow possible in some of these areas. That is just wild. We don't see that very often at all, but again, the greatest snowfall totals likely going to be in that region you see right there on your map. This is our official snowfall accumulation forecast for this storm as of today. Again, widespread, at least 8 inches expected. We have 8 to 12 inches expected in portions of northern southern Illinois. That also includes 9 to 13 inches in portions of central southern Illinois. So that would be Franklin, Williamson, Jackson counties, Saline counties. And then again, that line, I'd say from about Marion down to Vienna, Union County, Harrisburg, that is the main central area where I think we will see the heaviest snowfall amounts in this system, possibly in excess of a foot of snow. Here's the official forecast from the National Weather Service. Again, widespread 8 to 12 inches on that as well. And where you see those darker colors, that's the region they are predicting amounts, possibly 12 to 18 inches in those areas. Again, just because it says 18 inches doesn't mean there's going to be 18 inches in that area. That is just the maximum according to this forecast. That is something we certainly want to keep an eye on. And I also want to say this, when we're talking about snowfall amounts, don't focus so much on the amount. Yes, a foot of snow will cause major problems, but any snow, say above 4 inches, is extremely impactful. So please keep that in mind. And this is going to be a long duration event. We're talking about 48 to 72 hours of straight snowfall with maybe one small break for 4 or 5 hours. We'll talk about that in a second. But just keep that in mind. This is a long duration event. This is not your typical 8-hour snowfall event we get that puts out 5 to maybe 6 inches of snow. No, this is a much, much, much bigger event. Take 3 snowstorms and put them into one. That's what we're talking about in this event. That last graphic, that's the percent chance of seeing 8 inches of snow or more. Again, over 50% for the entire region. Percent chance of seeing 12 inches of snow or more. Over 50% in some areas of southern Illinois. That is the chance of seeing a foot of snow or more. And this is from the National Weather Service. I mean, you have this area of extremely heavy snowfall. When we see totals that high on just percentages, and we're still over 24 hours from the snow even arriving, that is very, very concerning for our region. This is new. We just made this to give you a better idea of the timing of this event. This is going to begin right around 5 to 6 in the morning and continue all day Saturday, becoming heaviest right around noon. And then maybe, like I mentioned, we might see a break for about 3 or 4 hours late latest model runs hinting at that, especially on the North American model, that we could see a break in the snow from about 5 to, say, 8 o'clock in the evening. That's why we have light snow there on that hourly forecast. The snow picks back up Saturday night, and it will be at its heaviest, I believe, on Sunday morning. The very early morning hours of Sunday, very, very heavy snow. We even considered putting extremely heavy snow on that right around 3 in the morning. I think it will be very heavy at that point, 100% chance of snow. And look at those temperatures, 13 degrees while it is snowing. And then once we get that snowpack, temperatures are going to be bitterly cold Sunday night into Monday morning. And we're going to take a closer look at that here in just a moment. Here's our threat tracker. Again, snow up to a level 9, extreme cold up to a 9, and travel up to a 9 out of 10. Snow will be the primary impact this weekend. Ice will not be a threat in southern Illinois. All non-emergency travel not advised Saturday or Sunday, as we could see significant impacts, will see significant impacts in southern Illinois. I'm going to take my face off the screen just for a second so you can see our impact graphic. Again, moderate impacts Saturday morning. I've gotten a lot of questions about travel on Friday night. If there's any basketball games tomorrow night, anything you're going out to do, A-okay for travel on Friday night. We're not seeing any snow. The earliest onset of any snow would probably be 10 o'clock, and that's being considerate. I don't think we're going to see any snow until very, very, very early Saturday morning, or maybe even as late as 7 o'clock a.m. on Saturday. Major impacts by the time we get to Saturday night. Major impacts. Almost, if there was an extreme category, I'd put it on there for Sunday morning. Do not travel. I anticipate all local church services to definitely be canceled on Sunday morning, and if not, unless you live right next to the church, I would not advise going. This is really, really going to bring us, that's going to be the brunt of this system, is Sunday morning. I'm not sure how our local plow drivers are going to keep up on Saturday night into Sunday morning, just because the snow is going to be coming down so quick. And then impacts on Sunday night also high as well. We're expecting widespread accidents with this system. I don't think that's a question at this point. Slide-offs as well. We'll probably even see some tow bans. I know one system we had a few years ago, state police put out a tow ban. I think that will be very likely again as well. We could even see to the point of major interstates being closed in this system, say 57, 24, 64, possibility. Some of those, maybe not the entire stretch, but at least portions of those interstates could be closed either due to accidents or just closed in general for the public's safety. Brutal cold will allow for particularly challenging rescue and emergency responses as well. I was speaking with Franklin County EMA director earlier about this, and yeah, if there's a fire in the middle of nowhere in a rural area, it's already going to take them an extended period of time to get there, but you add a foot of snow on some of these really rural roads leading up to these areas, it's a recipe for disaster. So please, please, please make sure you are keeping your generators at least 20 feet away from your home, as it says in this graphic here. Make sure you are being very considerate about using space heaters. Use them safely, and please have multiple ways to get warnings. I'm going to go ahead and jump in the comment section here. We still have more to go over, so don't hop off just yet. I'm going to go ahead and change this screen to the models so we can see the latest information on what we are looking at in terms of what the models are saying. Let's see here. Okay. Yeah, we also wanted to mention this. Look at this. This is from our ProTech Fiber Skycam network. And what is that a live view of, you ask? That is a live view of the Walmart parking lot. See all those people walking in. This is at the Marion Walmart, again, from our ProTech Fiber Skycam. People heeding the warnings and looks to be preparing, as they should, for this storm system today. Let's see what we have in the question section. Hopefully not too many. I feel like I've covered a lot of what we need to do. Will this keep tracking north tomorrow as it has the last 2 days? That's a very, very good question. We are, first of all, what we are seeing on the models right now is very, very consistent. It has not changed in the past 48 hours. So do we anticipate a major shift where, let's say, southern Illinois gets a bunch of ice instead of snow? Absolutely not. Could we see a 10 to 15 mile shift in the models? We might. We still have over 24 hours for this event, but the consistency really is what is driving up the confidence in these forecasts. Again, the Weather Service putting out 18 inches of snow possible as a maximum this far in advance really shows you the confidence level in that forecast. Work in Harrisburg from Galatia. Really bad Sunday. Should I call in if I have to work? Galatia to Harrisburg, man, that is a tough area to drive with just a few inches of snow, so I would advise that, yes. Jenny saying Anna Walmart has a mile waiting in the checkout lines. I mean, if you just take on the right side of that screen and look at all the people just constantly walking in, you can tell me, or you can tell exactly how busy Walmart is this afternoon. Could you please name some cities with times of when it is supposed to start? Yes, I can do that. I tell you what, we're going to go over that in the models, actually. Let me pull that up right now for you. Put that on the screen, and there I am. Okay. So as far as the model runs go, this is what you're looking at on the screen is the North American model. So this model just updated not too long ago at all. And I'm just going to run this. Whoops. I'm just going to run. Did not mean to do that or that. Here we go. Oh my goodness. I'm just going to run this model through for you. Okay, this is the just the loop of this storm system, and then I'll talk a little bit about what you're seeing. Obviously, Illinois there in the center of your screen. And that is the full loop of this system. So what you see on this radar is we see, I'll pause it once it gets to the right spot. So what you're looking at right here, in fact, I'm going to zoom in to our region so you can see this just a little bit better. There we go. Okay, so what you're seeing right here, that is, in fact, I'm going to zoom it in even more. Apologies for that. I want you to be able to see this correctly. Let's put it right there. There we go. Okay, so what you're looking at right here is 3 in the morning on Saturday morning, and that blue in the corner of your screen, that is heavy snowfall. So the latest model runs suggesting snow will be moving into southeastern Missouri by about 3 a.m. on Saturday morning. Here's 6 a.m., so this is 3-hour intervals. By the time we get to 6, snow begins spreading into southern Illinois. So I don't have specific times for each town just yet. That would be more of like a 6 hours in advance of this getting here. But I would say between 3 a.m. and 6 a.m. Saturday morning, that is the onset of snow accumulations here in southern Illinois. Again, heavy snow continuing to 9. This is noon. Very heavy snow Saturday afternoon. Here's 3 o'clock. Still heavy snow in southern Illinois. And just for the to show you, let's see, Saturday at 3 p.m., I'm going to show you this model's forecast for snow totals just by 3 o'clock on Saturday. Okay, so this is 3 o'clock on Saturday afternoon. This is what the North American model is estimating. We already have areas over 6 inches in our region, and we're not even halfway through the system yet. That's why we think we could see over a foot of snow. This is already saying 6 inches of snow by the time we get just to Saturday afternoon. So this is going to add up quickly. I'm going to go back to the radar now. Here we go. Okay, so once again, let's run this back through to 3 o'clock. So this is 3 o'clock on Saturday. Now, this is the change we've seen in the models. If you, again, I do not advise travel at all on Saturday, but if you need to get outside of your house even to, say, measure what you've gotten so far, or to take photos, or to go sledding for a few minutes, there might be a little period where you can do that on Saturday, and that's right around sunset. Look at that. The heaviest snow moving out of the region from about, I'd say, 5 o'clock on Saturday evening. So we might get a little break from the snow on Saturday night. This is midnight. I don't think it will be quite as sparse as what it's showing on this model. So still kind of fill in with your head some light snow on the map, but I don't think we're going to see heavy snow at all, say around midnight on Sunday. But there you go, 3 o'clock. Here comes the second band of snow right into southern Illinois, 6 in the morning. And notice this. This is worth noting as well. You see this coloring right here. That is sleet. So I think this model is being a little bit too considerate as far as how far north the sleet gets. Again, we'll have more confidence in that tomorrow. But there was someone earlier mentioning about will I see sleet or ice in Hardin County? And I said, well, it's a possibility. And this is why I said that, because it's hinting at some sleet here creeping into areas of far southern Illinois on Sunday. So again, I mean, you look at that line just on that right there. This is 9 in the morning on Sunday. Extremely heavy snow right here. And this model has that line literally right through the heart of southern Illinois. So could we see some sleet in southern Illinois? Yes. Areas that potentially see any sleet, though, say we already see 6 inches of snow on Saturday night, whatever sleet falls will cut down on the overall snowfall totals on Sunday. So whatever sleet we're seeing on the map right here, that let's say that does creep up into areas of southern Illinois, that would cut down on, say, the foot of snow. We might see 6 inches of snow and 1.5 inches or 2 inches of sleet on top of that. Again, even if we do see sleet in this area, that doesn't mean we're not going to see impacts. Sleet, enough of it can freeze right into ice, which is a very bad thing, obviously. So let's say they're clearing off the roads Saturday night. By Sunday morning, we could see sleet falling and there's a sheet of ice on the roads. So just not good altogether. It doesn't really matter what it's falling as. This is noon on Sunday, and then 3, 6. This clears it out a little quick, but, this is all out of here by midnight on Monday. So that's a look at the latest North American model run. I'm going to answer some more questions here in just a second. Let's take a look at this is the high resolution rapid refresh. Now this model only goes out 48 hours. So this is the 18Z run, which we'll keep it on that. So this goes out to 48 hours. Let's take a look at what this model is showing us. So again, this is 3 a.m. or I'm sorry, 4 a.m. right here. So again, very similar to what the North American model was showing us. The onset of snow, all the models in agreement that this will start around 3 to 4 in the morning on Saturday morning. And then this model will only take us so far. This shows us by hour, by the way. This isn't in 3-hour increments. It's showing heavy snow, as we said, on Saturday afternoon, and then it goes out to noon on Saturday. So that's as far as this goes right now. But again, giving us a good idea of the onset of the snow here in southern Illinois. Let's go to our comments section here. What about travel on Monday? Cassie is asking. Well, if we see a foot of snow or even 8 inches of snow, I would definitely anticipate widespread school closures on Monday, widespread even business closures and healthcare closures on Monday, likely into Tuesday. And for most of our local school districts, because of how rural this area is, we could see school closures the whole week because of this storm system. So thankfully, we haven't seen any major winter systems yet. So they haven't used up all their snow days yet. So if they have to take them, they will, I would imagine. But yeah, I think we'll see widespread school closures this week. Maybe even some colleges closing up on Monday, maybe even as late as Wednesday, I'd say, for this storm. Let's talk about one of those comments reminded me, Wanda, talking about the blowing snow. That's also something I wanted to mention because yesterday when we were going through this, we were talking a little bit about how we'd see pretty much no wind at all. That's changed a little bit. Now, I don't want to scare you here because we're not seeing blizzard conditions with this, but that's changed just a tad bit from yesterday. So let's go ahead and go to our... We'll put on the wind gusts. Again, this is at ground level. I haven't even looked at this yet, but okay, so this is 3 a.m. Saturday when this system's first coming in. So this model in particular, we could see 20 mile per hour wind gusts at times. This isn't 24/7, but at times we could see 20 mile per hour wind gusts. And look at that. This model by noon on Saturday, as this snow is flying, putting up 30 mile per hour wind gusts on Saturday afternoon. Now we're looking at early Sunday morning, 3 a.m. Sunday. Yeah, gusty winds once again. So could we see some snow drifts from this? Yes, but I don't think it's not going to be blizzard criteria. No way. But we are going to see some winds with this. So yes, could we see some blowing snow? The answer to that, Wanda, is yes. We are going to talk about the temperatures. That's where I'm going to next. So this is the temperature at ground level. Okay, so we're looking at, let's go through Friday. So this is 3 a.m. on Saturday morning when this snow will first be moving into the region. We got temperatures in the single digits, or at least around 10 degrees. I think this is overdoing it just a little bit as far as how warm it will actually be. Temperatures in the single digits and wind chills probably right around 0 once this storm first comes in. 8 degrees, 9 degrees, 10 degrees. Again, staying just very, very, very cold through this storm. And then this is Sunday, and then this is as far out as it goes. Monday at midnight, still 14 degrees. Now, I will say, as far as the coldest temperatures go we're going to see, it's Monday morning. So if you do have to go to work Monday morning, expect rural roads to be an absolute mess. Expect main roads to be at least, I will say, mostly covered with snow. They will have been plowed, but expect them to mostly be covered with snow. And expect temperatures, actual temperatures, with a snowpack in the negatives. So we're talking -3, -4 degrees by the time we get into Monday morning. Just brutal. So even if we're not, but even if we end up with an inch of snow from this event and there's -4 degrees, that's just dangerous for anything. So keep that in mind as well. Jenny, yes, we are going to post where the shelters are located. In fact, we're going to put that up later on this evening. We've been working on that list throughout this afternoon. D asking, what is the snow consistency? Is it heavy or fluffy? Very good question. Let's go back to our North American model for the precipitation. I'm going to stop this at a certain time and show you what we're thinking. Really, I mean, I think the snow consistency is going to be pretty much the same all throughout Southern Illinois. The heaviest will be right on that snow sleet line. So say within 25 miles of that line. All of the latest model information is showing that that line is going to go straight through the heart of Southern Illinois. So Metropolis, you might see more sleet than, say, Vienna does, because the line's literally right between you guys. And we'll have more time to kind of fine-tune that, but that's how sharp of a cutoff we can see in these systems. So that's the cutoff in sleet and snow. We're not going to see freezing rain, but we could see some sleet in extreme southern portions of Southern Illinois. But yes, that as far as the snow consistency, you see the lighter colors further up. First of all, this is not going to be the 31, 32 degree snow that you can, that's so wet that it feels like you're shoveling it and it feels like 5,000 pounds when you're throwing it on the side of the sidewalk. This isn't going to be that type of snow, but this snow is going to be kind of around the moderate level. So what I mean by that, it's not going to be so dry that you just, you can just do whatever with it, just throw it in the air and roll around in it. So dry you can't even make a snow angel or make a snowman. I think it will be kind of, the best way to put it is snowman consistency, where the consistency where it's easy to make a snowman. So we're talking about moderate. And the National Weather Service actually has a really good graphic on this. In fact, I will pull that up right now. We'll pull up the National Weather Service graphic on that, because I will show you that. Let's see here. It's here somewhere. There it is. So we call this the snowfall character. I'm going to zoom out so you can see this just a little bit better. 1 second. There we go. Okay, so this is the snowfall character. And it goes from dry, fluffy snow in the extreme dark blues to wet, heavy snow in the reds. Again, we're not seeing any wet, heavy snow in this system. Now, this is on the left. This is 12 a.m. Saturday to 6 a.m. on Saturday. So this is with the first round of snow. Dry snow. Not so fluffy that it's just crazy, but kind of moderate, dry snow. And then on the right, you see it from 12 p.m. Saturday to 6 p.m. Saturday. Again, this is just Saturday. I don't think they have the Sunday one on here, but it gets a little bit wetter, as you can see. You see there on the bottom of your screen, the reds kind of creeping up. So yeah, it gets a little bit heavier and a little bit wetter as we get into Saturday. So we'll see kind of a mix of everything. I'm not expecting extremely wet snow. I'm not expecting extremely dry snow. This will be a moderate snow event. So hopefully that answers your question. Any other questions we have before we hop off here? Let's see. Yeah, we try to keep these videos about 30 minutes long. By the way, for those of you that don't want to watch the whole thing, I have recorded a 5-minute version of this that we're going to post as well. So if you want to share that with your friends, they might be able to watch that a little bit quicker. Yeah, and this is a good point on the bottom of this graphic too. The lighter and fluffier the snow, the easier it is to blow around. So I think we might see bigger impacts from blowing snow further north than we do further south. Again, this is the temperature forecast, the wind chill forecast here on the right. So by the time we get to Saturday, negative wind chills in Mount Vernon, -10. By the time we get to Monday, actual temperatures, -2 throughout many portions of our region. So very, very cold. And look how long this is prolonged. Our maximum temperatures, let's see here, from Monday all the way to Thursday, which is what this is showing, our maximum temperature does not get above freezing for anyone in the entire Paducah forecast area. So behind this, it's going to be cold. This snow is going to be here for a while. We're talking about minimum temperatures down to near 0, maximum temperatures right around freezing. Beth asking, when will accumulating snowfall begin on I-64 from St. Louis eastbound? Good question. I'd say just a few hours after it starts here in southern Illinois. So I think the heaviest snowfall accumulations will start down in our area first and then gradually make its way further north. Emily asking, what makes the blowing snow so much more dangerous? Well, visibility. I mean, if you're just sitting on your porch, it doesn't make it very dangerous. But if you're driving, it makes it dangerous. So the more snow that's blowing in front of you, the lower the visibility. So we could see visibility down to a half mile, maybe even less than that, with how much this snow could be blowing at some points. Another good point, I'll put this out there for some of my friends in the fire services. Hopefully they can knock out one less house fire by me showing you this graphic. Alternate heat sources as far as winter weather. If you don't have heat in your home or if your power goes out. Again, here's some tips. Plug only one alternate heat source into an electrical outlet at a time. Don't use extension cords. Don't use power strips. Make sure it is plugged singularly into the wall. Turn off your alternate heat sources such as space heaters and blow out your candles before you're leaving your house or going to sleep. Keep it at least 3 feet away from anything that can burn or ignite. I would not advise lighting candles during this whatsoever, because candles aren't going to keep you warm. They'll give you light, unless your power's out, I should say. But they'll give you light, but they're not going to keep you warm. I would not suggest that. But anything you're burning in your house, your fireplace, whatever, make sure anything that can burn or ignite is about 3 feet away from that. A little too late for this, I'd say, but have a professional cleaner inspect your chimney, also a good idea. And don't use a gas stove, oven, or outdoor grill to heat your home. Very important. I have a lot of people that will simply just open their oven door, put it up to 450, and heat the whole house. Not a good idea, especially if you go fall asleep on the couch after that. That's what causes fires. Let's see. Beth asking, what time will accumulating snow set to begin in southern Illinois? Saturday morning. 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. on Saturday morning. Trying to plan morning travel from St. Louis to Wayne County. As early as you can, Beth. That would be my advice to you. How much snow are we talking about, Rose or Rosie? Well, we're talking about widespread at least 8 inches. It says you live in Elkville. 8 to 12 inches. 8 to 12 inches. Not out of the question. You could maybe see a foot, over a foot, but 8 to 12 inches is what I'll give you right now. Probably closer to 10 to 12. Let's see. Electricity, light bills doubling. Yeah, that's on the table as well, for sure. I think Ameren's going to be keeping busy during this storm for sure. Okay, well, I think that's about all we can cover, really. We're going to have one more update for this tomorrow afternoon, right around this time, hopefully. And we will give you another final update on this winter storm system. But that's all for now. We're going to have these graphics posted up on our website here in just a few moments, and we will keep you updated on this. We'll have, by the way, 24/7 nonstop live radar, live coverage